What's going on, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Another day here looking at the markets. It is the 25th of February. Hope everybody had a fantastic week, whether in the markets or in your daily life, your work life, family life. Stock market was very, very volatile this week. We basically got very close to hitting my lower range for the week over in the S&P 500 and then actually bounced off that level Friday afternoon. So that was nice to see. Crypto markets definitely rolled over a bit yesterday. Today, guys, we are looking at HEDERA. We are looking at HBAR. So this will be the HBAR USD pair. HBAR USD pair, and the data will be from Coinbase. We are looking at a daily chart here. I have not done a HBAR video in a long time. I believe the last HBAR was earlier in the channel's history. It was a casper / HBAR video. This thing has had a fantastic run. Basically, since January 1st, 2023, this year. This whole year, HBAR has essentially gone on a very nice run to the upside. So on January 1st, to where we are currently at, HBAR is up 100% currently. We were actually quite a bit higher, and then we found resistance up there, 180+%. Although I do not think HBAR is a short play right now, I also wouldn't be holding a long position if you're looking to get in and get out of this crypto. If you're a long-term holder, well, that's potentially a different scenario. But if you were somebody who would have entered down in this early 2023 timeframe, if you didn't take your profits up in this range, then potentially up in here, if you have not already, would not be a bad idea. Something to consider, not financial advice. So as we pull back here, what am I looking for HBAR? Well, so far, HBAR did not stop at the 0.077 level. So on the charts, I have red lines and green lines. Above the market is, since the lines that are above the market are red, they act as resistance, so I made them red. And then the line below the market that we have not yet gotten to is green, because it should be potential support. So we did not, like I said, find support at the 0.77 level right here, 0.077. We still could today. We could turn around and close above that, and that would be support. So that is one area I am watching, which is the, once again, 0.077. Above the market, where this whole move came into play and found resistance at, was the 0.093 price area. Right up here, you can see we had those two really nice big candles on the 11th and 12th of February. Wicked above that level, closed below, and then retested it once again on the 15th and on the 16th of February, not too long ago. So that is major resistance right now until the price can get back above that. So as the price continues lower here, what are we looking for below the market as a potential stopping area? Well, we have a level at 0.07221. That's right here, 0.07221. This green line right in here. Guys, that line could potentially act as support. It also correlates with two areas. Let me try to get a rectangle tool here So we have this whole basing structure here that took place. So as price pulls back to this, there's a chance that it'll find support for at least some period of time. It was all of these upper prices were resistance for basically, let's see here, basically 21 days was resistance. And then the price broke out big time right here on the 11th. So as price slides lower here, there's a good chance we could find a stopping point right in this area, basically in between our 7.2 and our 7.7 level. And that would indicate that we're finding support at the top of this old range here. So basic TA resistance eventually would break out. Price pulls back and then finds support on top of that range. So old resistance turns into support. The opposite side of that would be old support turns into resistance if the price broke to the downside. So that is one area to think about. We also have this high over here, which was looks like the 13th of October in 2022. And you can see when the price got back up to that area on this recent run this year, it broke out past that all-time high for this chart here. And then it pulled back and consolidated for 21, 22, 23 days. And then it broke out. And now we're pulling back again. So we could see the price, like I said, and that high comes in right in between our 7.2 and our 7.7 level, right in between the green and the red line. So I think this is a pretty strong area. We'll see HBAR find support is between 7.2 and 7.7, give or take a little bit. I don't have anything else below the market. If the price does continue lower than that, there is a chance that anywhere within this range, though, this basing structure, the price could find support. But as we move into that conversation, if the price starts to break this 6.7 level, so that's 0.067, give or take a little bit, or even the 0.07, excuse me. So the 7 and the 6.5 cent range or so, things could start to get ugly for HBAR. So that's something to also consider. These are all my opinions, guys. Just kind of sharing what I see here on the chart and what could take place moving forward, so you kind of have a game plan as the markets move and the days go on here. So if we start to break that 6.7, give or take a little bit, or also that 7 cent range, things could really start to ramp up to the downside in a very bearish way. Just something to keep on your radar. Like I said, I think there is very strong support all in this range. And then even higher than that would be at the 7.2 and the 7.7. So currently, basically where we're trading at today. We'll have to keep an eye on the markets. We'll have to keep an eye on Bitcoin if that thing can start to bounce. We are still long our Bitcoin micro futures. We have not been stopped out of those yet. So things aren't too ugly, because before things get too ugly, we will be stopped out. So that is a good sign. So above the market, let's say we find support here. We have the 9.3, which is where our current high is. And then above the market, we have an 11.9. 11.9 could act as a similar price area to the 9.3, where the price trades up finds resistance at a 11.9. But we're going to keep an eye on this thing as it pulls back and be looking for support and maybe actually consider getting into some HBAR. We also have another level up there at the 15.3. 15.3 is another potential target area, resistance area for the price as it gets up into that area. Guys, if you find this video helpful, if you enjoy these videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. Let's throw some fibs on here. Let's take this high, which was the 13th of October. We'll drag over or head down to the lows here, which basically came on the end of last year. And let's see what the fibs tell us on the chart. So nice support that came back on that pullback, which was at the 786 fib right here. Very nice. Pulled back basically right to that blue line, that fib line, and then marched higher. You can see we have found support at the top. So this candle on the 24th of February, which was yesterday, guys, Friday, basically pulled back and hit the high of the October 13th. So there is a little bit of support there already. We'll see if that can hold. Let's work our way higher here and see where the fibs line up. Wow, look at this. Oddly enough, one of our upper levels, so our next level in line above the 9,300 is the 11.9. Guys, the Fibonacci number lines up perfectly. The 1618 is at 11,900 and we are at 11,900. Very important area to keep your eye on for HBAR when the price starts to continue to the upside. The 1618 fib number, 11,920, and our level is 11,900. Very important level to keep your eye on. And then as the markets move higher here, the 2618 is up there at 25 cents, and so on 36 up there at 52. So far this thing is just a normal, healthy pullback. If things start to ramp up more to the downside and break that 6-7 or even that 7-cent range, I would put your battle gear on because it could get ugly. But I don't think that's going to take place. Just my opinion. I think there's some solid support basically in between our 7.2 and our 7.7 level, give or take. But if Bitcoin really heads into the gutter, well, then it's anybody's guess how low we go. We'll just have to keep an eye on the fibs below the market. We have obviously the 618, the 382, the 5, and the 236 fib numbers to keep an eye on. And then we will be back with some more potential support areas if the price really does start to ramp up to the downside. Keep your eyes on those levels above the market. The 11.9 level, guys, is very important whenever this thing decides to break back to the upside. I think we're in for a nice hit of that level, which would put the price up from where we're at right now another 50+%. So if this thing really starts to show some support, I may consider getting into some HBAR. I am not a owner of this. You guys have a great weekend. I appreciate all of the 1,460 subscribers, everybody who watches the videos, leaves comments. Greatly appreciate it. This channel would not be where it's at if it was not for everybody who is taking time out of their day to view the videos and participate in the comments. Appreciate it. Be safe out there. These markets are a little wild right now. Like I said, we're still long the Bitcoin micro futures, but I don't know how long that will last if this thing does continue to the downside. All right. I can tell you one thing, though, that I've been noticing, and I am not a news guy. The news has been getting worse and worse, at least the narratives, right? So when the news narratives start to get worse and worse and people start to get more scared and more fearful, we start to get closer and closer to a market bottom, for whatever that is worth. Have a great weekend, guys. We'll be back with some more videos throughout Saturday, today, and Sunday. Take care.